For the last couple of episodes, we've been talking about the inner parts of our lives. We've talked about changing. We've talked about uncertainty. We've talked about learning to live without having all the answers. And today I want to take that same idea and bring it into something a little bit more tangible. Our bodies. Because I think the way we treat our bodies can say a lot about the way we treat ourselves. And especially as women, we've been given a very complicated relationship with our bodies. We're told to improve them, shrink them, tone them, fix them, fight aging. And somehow we're supposed to do all of this while learning to love ourselves at the same time. So today I want to look at 4 ways to make movement different in our lives. What if we stop moving because we don't like our bodies and started moving because we love having a body capable of experiencing our lives? Number 4, we've been taught to exercise against our bodies. Think about the way exercise is often presented to women. Burn calories, lose weight, get smaller, flatten this, tone that, fight your age, earn your food. And sometimes the language we use around exercise sounds like we're at war with ourselves. I need to work off what I ate. I have to burn those calories. I was bad this weekend, so I need to get back on track. It's almost as if the body is the enemy and exercise is the punishment. And I don't think that's a very loving relationship to have with the body you're going to live in for the rest of your life. There is absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to become stronger. There's nothing wrong with wanting to change your body. There's nothing wrong with having fitness goals. But there's a difference between working with your body and constantly trying to defeat it. Because eventually, that mindset is exhausting. You spend years trying to become smaller and suddenly realize that you spend very little time approaching what your body has actually allowed you to do. So maybe we can start with a different question. Not how can I change my body, but how can I take better care of the body I have? That's a very different place to begin. Number 3, your body is not your enemy. I think many of us have become disconnected from our bodies. We look at them from the outside. We evaluate them. We compare them. We notice the things we don't like. And sometimes we forget what it's actually like to live inside the body. Your body is the reason you get to experience the sunrise. It's the reason you can walk through the woods, dance in your kitchen, hold someone's hand, travel somewhere you've never been, lift something heavy, stretch, laugh, rest, feel the warmth of the sun. Your body isn't just something you're carrying around and evaluating in the mirror. It's where your life is happening. And I think that changes the conversation. Because when you stop looking at your body only as something to improve, you can begin to appreciate it as something to care for. You start asking different questions. Am I getting enough sleep? Am I feeding myself well? Am I getting stronger? Am I moving in ways that feel good? Am I giving my body time to recover? Am I paying attention when something hurts? Those questions don't come from punishment. They come from care. And maybe that's a softer way to think about wellness. Not, how can I make myself better? But how can I take care of myself well? Number 2, strength is about more than looking strong. One of the things I would love for us to rethink is what strength actually means. Because when we hear the word strength, we often think about appearance. Defined muscles, a certain body shape, a certain number on a scale. But real strength is much bigger than that. Strength is being able to carry your groceries, get up from the floor, climb a flight of stairs, pick up your suitcase, walk through an airport, work in your garden, play with your children or grandchildren, travel without worry about whether your body can keep up. And maybe most importantly, strength is having the physical capacity to remain independent as you get older. That's something I think deserves more attention, because getting older doesn't have to mean giving up on your physical capabilities one by one. We can build strength. We can maintain mobility. We can change our muscles. We can take care of our bones. We can work on balance and coordination. And these things aren't about trying to look 25 again. They're about giving the women you will be in 10 or 20 years from now a stronger place to live. I love that idea, because now exercise isn't something we're doing because we hate where we are. We're doing it because we care about where we're going. Number 1, move because you want more life. And this is really where I want to land today. Move because you want more life. Move because you want to travel, because you want to hike, because you want to garden, because you want to get down on the floor and get back up again, because you want to carry your own bags, because you want to feel strong when you walk into a room, because you want energy, because you want to keep saying yes. Maybe movement isn't about earning a smaller body. Maybe it's about building a bigger life. And I think that's where this connects back to everything we've been talking about on this channel. We've been talking about letting go of the pressure to force our lives into someone else's definition of success. Why would our bodies be any different? Maybe we don't have to approach our bodies with the same pressure. We don't have to punish ourselves into wellness. We don't have to hate ourselves into taking care of ourselves. And we don't have to wait until we love everything about our bodies before we begin treating them with love. We can start now, with a walk, with some strength training, with stretching, with better sleep, with nourishing food, with rest, with simply paying attention. And maybe there will still be days when we don't like what you see in the mirror. That's okay. You don't have to love every part of your appearance to respect your body. You don't have to be perfectly confident to take care of yourself. You don't have to be thin to be healthy. And you don't have to exercise every day to prove that you have value. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is a relationship with your body that feels supportive rather than adversarial. So the next time you're getting ready to move your body, maybe ask yourself a different question. Instead of, what do I need to fix? Try asking, what do I want my body to help me experience? Maybe the answer is travel. Maybe it's strength. Maybe it's energy. Maybe it's independence. Maybe it's simply feeling good when you wake up in the morning. Whatever your answer is, let that be your reason. Because your body isn't a project you failed to finish. It's the place you get to live your life. And maybe taking care of it isn't about fighting against what you are, but supporting who you're becoming. So move, not because you hate your body, not because you need to punish yourself for what you ate, not because you're afraid of getting older. Move because you're grateful to get to be here. Move because you want to remain capable. Move because you want to experience more. Move because you want more life. And maybe that's one of the softer ways we can learn to love ourselves. Thank you for spending this time with me, and please be kind to yourself.